Hi! Hi, viewers. Hi, please. Hi, Warren. All right, let me roll my side of the DM goodies,
Oh, who
and
do I
let's see
trust today?
who's got Ike is heading into Moonville.
Metal dice.
Ooh, but you got your Lupine Pan deck now, so you can start breaking down some of this werewolf stuff. Exciting. Okay, Carly, what you got?
12.
Okay. Boop, Tasha, what'd you get? Went Ladrin in my
Also a
head.
12.
Oh, nice. Maybe we'll have a tie tonight. Let's see. Lil, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
16. Okay. And Serena, unless you need a minute.
Nah, no, I was looking for a pen because my other one is out of ink.
No.
I got a 6.
Oh, okay. Lily has it tonight. I rolled an 18.
Ooh.
Exciting.
Oh,
So no
our
text.
picks are all wonky, by the way.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You want this? Boop, and then I'll hide it again. Just want to click the button. Click. Yay! There we go. Thank you, Parath. What was it? I felt like everyone was gonna get inspiration for something. Does that sound right? That just
Is it because we're
dream?
25 episodes?
That's what it was, I think. Yeah.
It absolutely sounds right.
Yes, that's what it was. Thank you. So everyone has a DM inspo tonight. Lily, you just have a second one because you got the roll one as well. Everyone has one tonight. I remember like it's Moonfell. There's some I remember talking about like, oh good, lucky. There's other things lining up with entering Moonfell. So everyone can have one. All right. Put a little YouTube clip in Zoom. Not that you have to listen, but just to get a little medieval city action going on. And bring us back around. So, my goodness, our incredible player characters here, with amazing players behind them, have navigated the fungal cave system. They've confronted a reaper that was sent by some sort of benefactor. Who can order around a reaper? It's tough to say, and why they'd have an interest in the group. But they sent with the reaper a spell to help them see the truth of the city, and also the Lupine Pantact, which gives them a very thorough understanding from a Feywild city that's hundreds of years of generation after generation of true blood werewolves. That's not the right word. I'm thinking pure blood. Yeah, true blood. I'm thinking like on the really
okay.
not okay side. Yeah. Yeah. So sorry, I'm just gonna turn the volume down a little tiny bit on some of these. These people are marching heavy in this medieval city. There we go. Okay, now I can hear myself again. Oh, so they had about 6-7 day journey up to Moonfell, and when they arrived, the Reaper told them, "Get settled in. Consider getting settled in before you use, this the gift of sight, as they were calling it." They entered the city and they saw a wonderful sight. Let me can I put the battle image up? I can't. Let me quickly switch to battle just for the imagery. A city woven into the end of this peninsula between a mountain range, roughly on either side. There's a valley that almost in triangular fashion goes up to the peak of this peninsula. And the city's just bobbing and weaving. There's one main street that kind of navigates the whole city, lots of side streets, all the way up to its peak. And that was this image here. Of course, you'll have that Discord from last week. It looks like a beautiful, typical medieval city in architecture. And the only thing that's interesting in its engineering, again, is that it sort of twists and turns around the valley between the mountains on either side up to the peak. It's evening time. Dusk is settling. Still light up, but lights are coming on in the city. And as you all arrived, I'm gonna change these name tags too. As you all arrived, Tuna and Ladrin noticed someone following you. A little kid, little girl to be specific. Tuna immediately recognized her as. She'd seen her once before. They'd seen her once before in some rough imagery. Poppy, the spirit in their shield. And I think that's right where we ended last session. I'm going to fix some nameplates here and switch this image over to Poppy. The hand or hip, I forgot. It's so funny. Here we go. And just fix the nameplates, and I guess I'll let you all take it from there. So, Ladrin, you know that this is some kid that's been following the group, and of course, Tuna, you know, it seems like Pop. It looks exactly like Poppy.
Tuna just like stops, just in the middle of walking, just frozen.
Is something wrong?
And they're just not paying attention to like anything else going on, and they just go, Poppy.
Oh, Tuna, I can. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
This is strange.
Is this one of those?
Insight check.
Is this one of those things that we were warned about?
Yeah, anyone wants to do an insight check, go for it.
Yeah,
let me know what
I'll
you're...
roll.
Nice. And let me know what you're trying to insight. Is it like, are they being deceptive? Are they being shifty? Or whatever it might be?
You know what? I think I will also do. I will... Hold on, I'm checking to see if I have... don't want to make up anything. I do. I would like to subtle spell cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And see if this is... Just see if this is real? I don't know.
Okay.
Because I can't rely on my own insight.
Nice. Do you want to do an insight as well?
Can I do that?
Yeah,
Or-
sure.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see what the dice have to say.
Alright, let me check with Ladrin quick. What did you get on yours, Ladrin?
A 6.
Okay, whatever you were looking for, that seems okay. I mean, it just seems like Poppy.
Cool.
And,
Sure.
sorry, Ladrin. And Dia?
I got a 17, but
Okay.
-1 makes it 16.
Nice. Okay. And are you looking for just like nervousness, deceptiveness, or what kind of thing you?
I think the combination of my detect magic to see if this is, I guess, real what's in front of this, or is this an illusion being like
Okay.
put up for us?
Well, I'm gonna have to parse that out. So here's the first thing you see with your insight. I mean, everything checks out as far as Poppy's demeanor. Seems like, just being honest, a little surprised at this turn of events themselves. Your detect magic absolutely pings. In fact, you're nearly blinded by the absolute saturation of pings and magic in this city.
Oh, okay.
So saturated the city is that it's very difficult to pinpoint certain things. There's a number of schools of magic, but the one in your closest vicinity is oh gosh, what's that other thing? I think it's the combination of illusion and I think abjuration is the other one.
Mm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking notes, so
Perfect.
I am confirming that I have heard. Just
Nice. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. I usually sort of follow around with everyone. I didn't realize I was actually following. Till you turned and. What's happening to you?
I don't know.
Feels nice though. Oh, is it okay? I want to see if I can touch you.
I'll hold out my hand.
They carefully reach out and tap your hand, and you feel them tapping your hand. And in the moment that she feels it, she looks up with excitement and just darts in to give you a hug.
I just kind of like awkwardly stand there for a second, and then I'll just kind of bear hug her.
Nice.
Aw.
Oh, I'm sort of me. I'm not. Bayora, can you just make a perception check so I can see what level of detail you perceive with us with your ghostly business?
14.
Okay. As she's sort of freaking out a little bit and with excitement and like what's going on, from Poppy, this is the exact same energy that you've experienced in the shield, and in fact, you still feel like a core of this in the shield, and what you're seeing is Poppy feels almost like an extension of that. Tuna, this is I guess I don't, just really like dumbfounded as to what to say and do.
It's all right. It's all right. Like, just take it a step at a time. Literally, I guess.
Oh. This is
Well, proper introductions, I suppose. This is Poppy. This is my shield. She's not my shield, but she's in my shield normally.
I help Tuna protect people.
She's very good at it.
I would like to detect thoughts
Okay.
on Poppy
Okay.
just to see what her surface thoughts are.
Mm. Okay. You actually do get surface thoughts from this, whatever this is, presentation of Poppy, there's confusion, a lot of excitement, and even as though it's ever present is the thought of when she's just saying like, I help Tuna protect people, is this notion, this big drive of you gotta protect innocent people. Protect the innocent.
Okay. For now.
hello, Poppy. It's so good to see you.
It's
Well, you, not
yes.
inanimate object. I'm not gonna get into details. Hello.
Hello. That was wonderful. I've tried to speak with you all a number of times, but it just doesn't work. But I've seen you're all so incredible. It was scary when you were wolves, but you're all very, very incredible.
You're so darling.
I'll still, this, I can still travel with you, right? You won't make me go somewhere else because I'm I'm this W.
No,
Oh.
absolutely not.
Okay. Okay.
And I kind of look at the others like,
Of course she
not
can
letting her see
come.
me make that face.
Nice. Okay. So it just hit me that maybe, since you don't have to, that maybe be a burden.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Sorry. We're on a mission. We're here to get answers. Like straightens up her back. Like,
I know her duty is to protect us, but if anything happens to her, I will rage.
Kill everyone in this room and then myself.
nice.
Poppy, have you been here before? To Mistfell?
No. I mean, I don't really remember anything, but nothing clicks here. It doesn't look familiar.
Oh, I do want to say something because it's honestly starting to make me sneeze. I can we all know I can sense magic. Everything here feels. Oh God, I can sense magic, but I don't know how to talk about it. It feels both not real and as if it is either holding something in or out. I think maybe that's what our friend from the sky was warning us about.
Great.
Love that.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that's what we're here to figure out, right?
Right. And convince a vampire to help save the world.
That'd be the easy part.
Yeah.
I mean, Later and I are basically her cousin at this point, maybe? I don't really know how that works, but...
You have a big...
I feel...
You have a big...
Yeah. She just goes, oh shit! Right.
Ladrin, do you think if you put your hood up before you become a wolf, you'll be like a weird skeleton lich wolf thing?
Okay.
That's great.
Tasha fucking loves this idea and wants nothing more than to be a lich wolf. My dreams are becoming true.
You know, if this is a city of undead, too, that might come in handy here.
Immediately throws it up.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you put the hood up.
But Ladrin does want to ask
Mhm.
Poppy, as she is a lich now. Where is the most reasonably priced tavern in somewhere we can hole up?
I think
He's
Poppy
asking
said...
Poppy that?
What?
No. I'm sorry.
Just never been.
I'm asking again.
There's no need for you to apologize, Poppy.
Right? Is she okay?
We've all been through a lot.
Yeah,
you were there with us.
Yeah, you...
We're in much need of a drink and maybe some primal screaming.
Which is why I'm asking again.
I still don't know, Ladrin. I'm sorry.
Well, we should probably get going then.
All right, I switch back to RP here.
I
yeah.
still don't know.
She don't care. She's gonna keep asking.
Poor
Nice.
Poppy.
Maybe she'll slip.
Isn't she like 10,
What is
too?
wrong with me so much?
Ladrin doesn't trust anything anymore.
My
That's
goodness.
amazing. You are able to, are you just like walking the streets looking for like an inn and or tavern, or are you asking around?
Oh,
Right?
I'll
Would
ask someone. Oh yes, fair.
I've been here before. Would I?
Oh,
No, I know I wasn't here very
Farah!
long, so.
Feora,
Right.
where is the fucking tavern? Why is it Feora?
That depends on, like, if you feel like you would have stayed a night here or have gone into the city at least halfway, then you would probably know. Which is entirely fine. Just
I think halfway, but I don't think she would have stayed the night.
okay. You remember? I mean, it's difficult to forget this place. You remember talking to different citizens, and almost like NPCs in a game, they have a set number of responses. You get like 3 or 4 different responses, but they're just, you know, repeated among different citizens. There are 2 inns and tavern that you recall being told. One's somewhere in the center of the city, but the more prominent one being at the other end of the city near the peak of the peninsula. Sort of where you're at in that picture. Background.
Cool. All right, everyone, follow me. Don't touch anything or anyone. They won't react, but I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't like how you worded that because now I want to touch a wall or a pole.
Just do this. Right, and
Oh my god.
follow
It's
me.
like me talking to my kids during work. Squeeze our hands.
Yep.
Hands to ourselves.
Amazing. Okay, are you heading to the larger one at the up at the peak where you were, or the one in the middle of town?
Oh, I guess the prominent one.
Okay.
Is the prominent one closer?
It's a little further, but as you recall, it has many more rooms and stuff.
We'll go to the more prominent one.
Okay. You, as the evening begins to settle, the lights are coming on through town, street lights and home lights, and the last bits of reds and yellows and pinks in the sky are settling. You make your way through the city. It's a good half-hour walk to navigate this whole valley, get up to the other end. But you find in a fork in the road, right on the corner of Main Street, here is a very large inn and tavern. No sign on it, but you see it does has a little street sign sort of set down, written in chalk, that there are rooms for rent and the bar is open. But no name or anything like that for the building.
I hate this place. All right. We'll go in.
Okay. On the front corner of the building, where one side is Main Street and the other just cuts off to another street, there are 2 large doors just on either side of the corner. You enter through and find yourselves looking, again, from the corner of this building. It goes in both directions. Off to your left, down a good 60, 70 feet, and then straight ahead towards along the other wall, about the same distance. And it's a bunch of bench seats along the walls, like a lot of taverns are. Circular tables with chairs around them, filling up a good space, a good 30 feet from either wall. Sort of in an L shape here, around an L-shaped bar that you could walk across to. Without having to do any perception checks, here's some things you pick up, because it's, for folks that are not from here, certainly stands out. Tavern is not bustling, but it's maybe about half occupancy right now. But all the people here are sort of quiet, very mild-mannered. They're all sipping their drinks, their booze. You can see it's ale and stuff, but they're sipping it like water. Just set it down. No one seems buzzed or intoxicated. There's many people that are just drinking by themselves in a seat, which happens, but there's a lot here. There are some groups, but you can overhear, even as you're like walking in whichever direction you're going, they're holding really like awkwardly slow, quiet conversations. Like they'll talk and there'll be a pause. It's just like a sitcom waiting for a laugh track. Like, wait, what are you waiting for? Keep talking, please. Um, yeah, that's the take of this in tavern.
So,
Can I
oh, yeah, you go ahead.
can I do a perception check?
Yeah. Anything in particular you're looking to pick up? I mean, I guess perception check is nothing in particular. You're just scanning. So go ahead and roll.
I got a 22.
Yeah, I don't think you went into any of these the other time you were here, but this kind of tracks with the city. It's just sort of like people are kind of on an autopilot, is the feel you get, like a kind of poorly programmed autopilot.
Okay.
There is a barkeep behind the L-shaped bar in the center.
Is there like a front desk for like the inn situation?
You didn't spot one from here, but you've been in other places like this. Likely the barkeep is who you can speak to.
Okay. Do we want to do another two-bedroom split?
I think that should be fine. Unless they have like one big suite that we could all share, but I don't know if this establishment would have all suites.
We do need an extra bed now as well.
Right.
So.
I can sleep on the floor if it's a bath. I don't want to cost everyone
No,
extra money.
absolutely not.
What?
God.
No, you're not doing that.
I'm sort of used to it. I mean, I'll just put out there just in case.
I mean, okay, do I need to like start putting my shield like in a
We
bed?
can buy you a sleeping bag.
Yeah. I didn't
Maybe,
even
like,
think about it.
I
I don't know
Child
if like,
Protective Services.
I feel it when I'm in the shield. It's different feeling things, but just to say,
okay.
Also, another thing, are we gonna like not eat or drink the food here? Because I feel like
I feel like we shouldn't, right? We should just
I
do our
I also
rations.
feel that maybe. I also feel like it wouldn't taste good, and you know, I don't know.
I can make tea for us. That's fine.
But to answer your question, Feora, yes, we should maybe get multiple rooms and beds.
All right. And she'll start walking up to the barkeep.
Okay. Is anyone going with Feora, or anyone staying here?
Yeah.
Always in teams of two.
Yeah, honestly. Buddy system.
Nice. All right, Feora, you approach, and the bartender doesn't seem to react yet. Just been cleaning the same glass with a rag since you came in. Looks like an gosh, a dwarven gentleman, mid-300s, something.
She'll like put her arm down on the counter and kind of lean in. Hi.
Hello, Raveler.
Uh-huh. What does your room situation look like here at the inn?
He turns and goes to the back wall and takes a sheet down off of it and walks back over this and sets it down and releases it, like holds it like 2 inches over the counter for like 10 seconds and then lets it go. And then steps back like 3 robotic steps back, and it's the rooms that are available. There's several floors up, second, third, and fourth floor up. The fourth floor has 5-person rooms. The fourth floor has 2s and 3s, and the second floor just has single rooms. But there's some available. They're about half, according to the chart, half of them are being, paid for already. About half are free.
Does it have any of the prices listed?
That's a good question. Let's see. It absolutely does. Let me get that for you so I don't totally rip you off on this. Okay. Um, all right. These are. If you're going all in for the 5-person room, that is 4 gold pieces a night. If you're looking to split 2 and 2, that is 3 gold pieces collectively.
She'll turn to Ladrin. Does the 5 sound good? I don't really like the idea of being split in different rooms in this place.
No, we're not doing that.
Not doing the 5 or not doing the split?
We're not
up?
splitting.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna do the 5. What did you say, 4?
Yes.
I pull out 4 gold exactly from the group inventory and slam it on the counter to see if this person like jolts just even a little bit.
Just yes.
I telepathically tell.
Then he walks forward.
Oh God!
And
Quit
collects
that!
the gold. Thank you. And holds it in his hand awkwardly, and then turns to walk over and collect something. But you kind of in it. Sorry, while he's getting your keys and stuff.
We're taking one of the 5 bedrooms.
Yes.
Or the 5 1-bedroom. I don't know. 5
The 5 beds.
Yeah.
The 5 bedrooms.
Comes back with your key in hand. 5 bedroom for 1 night.
Vera like snatches it.
Thank you.
I hate it.
Turns and goes, picks up his mug.
Theora's eye like twitches a little.
Nope.
This is a fun time to tell y'all that gothic horror is my favorite trope in the world. So I am so happy right now.
Awesome.
Vibing.
It's amazing.
Love.
Alright, walking back to the group and tell them we've got a 1 big shared room.
All right. Are we
We're
going to be
not
taking?
splitting.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So let's go up to the room and then see what we can find. Perhaps.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I think Ladrin wants to send out a group text through the Dragonbond
The group chat.
chat. Love it. And just kind of relay the message, not relay, that any personal conversation probably needs to be done through the mind link, just to be on the safe side, because I don't like anything
Understood.
about this place.
All right.
You share that message as you're heading up to the room, you said? Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you have to go up, 3 flights of stairs. Usually, again, there's noise, there's people walking about, there's people chatting, yelling, laughing, whatever in different rooms, crying. Very quiet up here. The murmured low conversations from the tavern don't even seem to reach it up here. You get to the penthouse level and find your room, and find it to be very clean, very sanitized. No dusts, no bugs, none of the, medieval times, there's normally some stuff you find, but very pristine. Blankets are comfortable, beds are comfortable, pillows, there's some dressers to store your stuff, 2 tables, and a menu in case you want to order any food or drink.
I start making tea.
So, would it be insane to just, hey, we'd like an audience with Lilith? That's insane, right? Or
I don't think it's insane.
I feel like that's.
I think everything about this fucking place is insane.
Yeah.
But
I think they're all probably like under her control or something like that.
we could take a moment to see what they really are, if we wanted to see what that is.
We could now that we've settled.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a window out of our room?
Yes, there are 2 windows out of this room that overlook the city. You're looking down through the valley.
I was fully expecting there to be like no windows, like this is
No escape.
Yep.
I don't know, same. Is there like a castle of some kind, like off in the distance, that sets it apart from the town?
You're pretty high up. You went through most of the city and did not spot anything manor-wise or castle-wise.
Cool. So this is not going to be easy. Cool.
Does anyone want to take the plunge first, or
The plunge?
seeing what's
I
really
think
going
it
on?
activates for all of us.
Oh, got
Yeah.
you. I thought it was individual. That makes more sense. Cool. Should we do
we've
it?
got the room now. We're not planning on eating anywhere. We might as well take the
No.
time now. And we
Yes.
can at least take a look around, get an idea, and start making a plan for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm still a lich, by the way. This is gonna be the whole
Oh,
time
Lich
that we're
Ladron.
here.
The whole time.
Lich,
Oh,
please.
lich patron.
All right. True sight.
Don't you like put your hand over your other hand or something?
The one that had that emblazoned thing, you just wipe your other hand across
Oh,
it.
we just go.
To be careful.
You no longer wash your hands.
Nice. All right, who wants to activate? Nobody.
I'll do it.
I'll go for it.
Yeah.
I feel like Tuna and D at the same time. We're like,
Yep.
Whoosh. um, yeah. Okay. So you swipe this, and for all 4 of you, it's almost like a hand was wiped across your vision, and you're seeing something fairly different, including Poppy based on her reaction. The room itself looks different, as opposed to single beds that were sturdy and clean. They're now all like 4-post beds with long drapes along the top, the curtains that hang down the sides, and a dark like ochre or almost purplish black. Same with the dressers. There's now a mirror on the back that has no glass in it. You just see the wall through it. Are any of you looking out of the windows? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going to switch us to battle to share, and I will put these in Discord as well. So what you'll see is we get into Sundered Fate for Discord so that you're all seeing it at the same time. So describing it, where are you? Where are you? Okay. All right, sweet Moonfell. So you see Moonfell at twilight first, which our viewers are seeing here, and I'm putting it into Discord. This is what it was as you were looking out. More of this beautiful, colorful medieval city as the moon is rising. But as that hand is sort of swiped across your face, it very quickly changes to a very Victorian-esque scene. Oh, just send. There we go. There's a mist and atmosphere throughout the city. Tall Victorian buildings stack upward and down the street. Tall arches navigate each doorway and most of the windows. There's a giant clock tower down in the center of town that wasn't there before for sure. The base of the clock illuminated from behind with some moon-like illumination behind it. The full moon sits higher in the sky than it did a moment ago. The whole space, just this like fog and mist that fills the city streets. It looks damp and slick on the cobblestone path below. Let's see. Go ahead and everyone make a perception check, please. I just want to see if any of you catch a glimpse of any people out there. Tuna, what'd you get?
I was trying to find perception. 15.
Okay, 15. Nice, Ladrin. Ladrin, just set your background.
17.
17. Feora?
I got a 1 or an 8.
Okay. Poor thing. He
Yeah.
sounded so disappointed. Oh no. All right, and Dia?
7, which makes it a 6.
Oh. Yay, Tuna and Ladrin. The two of you catch a glimpse. And this is going to be a bit of a more of a close-up picture than what you're seeing. You're seeing this in the streets. You do see... Where the heck is the image? Please tell me I put it in here. It's got to be in here because it's in OBS. I'm sorry. Where are... There we go. You do see a couple of people, a handful of people walking through the streets, but definitely something very different about them. You see beautiful Victorian dress and garb, but you do see no face, no head, no hands, no feet, just walking clothes navigating the city. Put that in the Discord as well. These seem to have much more of a life and natural way about them than the citizens you saw before activating this site. What might be downstairs? No, it's...
What the fuck is this place?
Just so happy too.
What does Poppy look like?
She's a little scared.
Okay, so she's still
She still
physically
looks
here.
like Poppy. Wait, let me think. In this form, you see Poppy in her clothes she was just in, except no body,
Yeah.
no hands, no head.
Yeah.
Oh, that's frightening. She doesn't seem to notice.
A little bit. It's all right
Are
though.
we?
It's-
We're not clothing people, are we? We still look
You look fine and normal. Yep.
great. I love
Since-
standing
okay.
out.
Would this be considered true sight, or is this a specific thing for this city?
This seems to be a specific thing for this city.
Okay,
Mhm,
I was
the
gonna say,
gift
does
of sight.
everyone look the same? Because I was about seeing if I could catch y'all on anything, but never mind.
I want to talk about.
Everything changed. It's so different.
Darling, I don't mean to scare you too, but you're also different.
Yeah.
Oh, I have my hands. Am I disappearing already?
No, you're not disappearing. You're not disappearing. You're all right.
If you were disappearing, I think your clothes would be going too.
Oh. Strange.
Let's just try not to think about it too much and see what the hell's going on in this town.
All right.
Well,
Does it feel like you still have hands and a head? As she asks Poppy.
So you're
You
asking.
wave?
Oh. No, no,
Yeah, I'm asking
I
Poppy.
feel them, but no, no, I guess not. I don't, you know.
I'll kind of hold my hand
My
out to
head
her
is gone
again.
too. Yeah, it kind of passes through that space. Clothes you can
Interesting.
touch, but
Interesting.
I don't like that.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You're still here. We just can't see you.
All right.
I guess let's go downstairs.
Yeah, see what Creepy Dave is up to.
Guess that would be the brave thing to do. Steals herself to go with y'all.
It's all right. If you want to stay up here, it's all right.
Oh no,
I
that's
don't mind.
much more frightening.
Yeah. I thought it might be, but I wanted to offer.
Thank you. All right, you all head back downstairs. You heading back down to the tavern portion?
Sure.
Okay. You get down a flight of stairs when you hear the noise you would expect in bedrooms in a inn, and a little bit of the raucous you would expect to hear in a tavern as large as this one down below. You continue even from the third floor. You're down to the second floor. Definitely a nice rowdy sound and crew from the tavern. As you round the final set of stairs into the tavern, the entire space is filled with more of the same. These people, now lively and animated, you hear them talking and laughing and joking and drinking merrily. You see with invisible hands and you know, no hands, no head, mugs getting picked up and tipped back. You see the booze kind of go down like they're being drank through, you know, through amounts of down into the clothes. Everyone's rowdy.
Well, this is much more delightful.
Sure. If it wasn't for the fact that they have no visible bodies.
Fascinating.
Barkeep's back there doing a regular thing now versus just cleaning out a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Theore's gonna walk up to him and lean on the counter again.
Mm-hmm.
So what do people do in this town for fun? What do the tourists do?
You can kind of see it's similar dwarven stature, high collars, Victorian like high collars. So you kind of see it move as though like, is she talking to me? And then kind of goes back to what they're doing. What do you do?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Wait, can you hear me?
Sorry, what was that? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hello. Hi. And they walk over to go across. Again, just sort of weird, displaced, you know, set of clothing here that's talking to you. Oh, okay. We don't get many people that can, and you're alive. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being very rude. What can I do for you?
Where's Lilith?
Do the collar, kind of like the head moves from side to side to look around. I'm sure she's here in town. I don't know. She doesn't really, you know, consort with me. I'm very sorry.
Any idea where I could find her then? General haunts.
Listen, you seem new here, so I'm just gonna say, well, you're not gonna find anyone really wanting to talk about this. And I'd be careful who you like let know that you can actually see us. But if you want answers, you can head to Roger's Crypt up in the cemetery. That's some people there that'll probably be willing to enlighten you, and maybe, I don't know about fighting Lilith. I'm sorry. It's not a common thing, but they can maybe at least help you understand where you found yourself a little better. Maybe have some answers for you. But you're not going to get much from most of us. We just, we can't. In fact, I shouldn't be telling you this much. You have anything else? Otherwise, I'm just going to go back to pretending that you can't see me.
No, nothing else.
I'm sorry. The Roger's Crypt, you can't miss it. It's like the largest crypt in the cemetery just up the hill. I hope you find what you're looking for, man.
Appreciate it.
Walks back over, looking. You can see the collar moving to the. Like he's looking around again. Resumes whatever he was doing before.
After she said appreciate it, she already turned away and started walking back to the group.
Okay.
And in the mind link, she's like, back to the room now.
I am making no effort to hide that I can see them. My mouth is like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Feyor's like grabbing her by the shoulders and like forcibly like, directing her up the stairs.
How are they doing
in
that?
The mind link, she's like head down.
Oh, okay.
You definitely get some interested like looks like head turns or body turns after like a few, but it's amazing.
So,
How did it go?
Well, first of all, we should not make it clear at all that we can see them.
Oh.
I think for our own safety.
love that.
Cool.
I mean, it's easy as just turning it off, but
Will we be able to see what we need to? If the vision is off?
we'll turn it back on when we need to. But I think we should use it sparingly. We've got to go to a crypt. Is it Rover or Rover? I can.
Roger, R-O-G-R.
Roger? Roger's crypt over by the cemetery. Apparently the biggest one, can't miss it. Supposedly that's where we'll get answers. Bartender seemed shocked enough to where he wouldn't bullshit. Because, surprise, it's not normal for people to see
Dead people.
this.
Mhm.
Well, yeah. And since it involves going to a cemetery, I prefer to go in the morning. I don't
Well,
know about you, but cemetery at night just spells trouble.
right, but does it look like there's... Oh, I will ask her, damn, does it look like there's more of the populace out at night?
It does, yeah. Yeah, if you take a fresh look, you'll see that, at least in this area, this tavern seems to be pretty popular. And there's a decent number of people in the streets now.
Well, it might be a bit more risky. We might have to take a little risk to talk to someone who knows about the whereabouts of a vampire. They don't like to go out during the day, and it would make sense for other undead that they wouldn't.
There is someone in town.
Oh shit.
He's in the government, apparently. He would have connections to Lilith that we'd need.
Who?
Wilmark, the last one on my list. Well, before whoever the benefactor is, but... Don't know how much of a lead that is, but if we need someone that we know is higher up here. If the crypt doesn't pan out very well.
Mm-hmm.
We could try setting out looking for him in the morning and then crypt at night, to
Mhm.
Dia's point.
2 sources of information are the best way to get a good deal.
If you all don't want to go, I don't know if we're going to the crypt tonight, but you know I do look like everyone else here, so if it's helpful, I could go take a look myself. I wouldn't catch much attention from anyone if... Well, they do seem to be wearing different sorts of clothes, but
If you give me some time, I could get you some different clothes.
like the ones downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, I have all the time.
She'll start writing on a little piece of paper and measuring
Oh,
Poppy's kind of. Yeah.
that's what my wrist is. Yes, sorry. It's invisible.
And then like scribbling it down,
Yes.
and then she'll put it in like. It was like a dry cleaning kind of cover.
Like a hanger with a zipper up the front. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, she'll unzip it, tuck the note in, and zip it back up. It'll be a couple of hours, but you know, take some time to eat some food up here, relax, and then if Poppy's okay, trying to talk to them out there.
It's like 8 o'clock at night right now. Just so you know.
I don't know if sending Poppy out on her own is the best idea. I mean, ultimately, obviously, Poppy, it's up to you, but...
I mean, I'd rather go with all of you. I can just say, oh, these are my friends. But if you're worried about it, I'm up for going on it, if you need me to.
Mm-hmm. I say we all go together. There might be information that we might need that they have. If you said people aren't supposed to know that we can see them, and these are people in a crypt that we specifically go talk to that know people can see them, they might have a lot more information that we could need, and I think it would be advantageous for all of us to go.
I'd like for all of us to go to the crypt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she was gonna try to talk to people in the tavern.
By all means. So do you want to take some time to talk to them now, or do you want to go to the crypt tonight? What is everyone comfortable with?
I personally think the sooner we get out of here, the better, but...
Is Wilmere? Is that Wilmere? Is that his name?
Wilmot Renthold
Wilmot.
is the name.
Wilmot Mentold. Is he undead?
I don't know that.
Mm.
Would I know that? I don't think... Okay.
It hasn't come up anyway. No.
Yeah.
Well,
I know he was invited to some private dinner here, or... Perhaps Mustav was invited to a dinner with him. I can't quite recall. I just have the words invited to private dinner in my notes.
The guy here invited Mustav.
Okay,
Mhm.
got you. So,
well,
Any clues as to where in Moonfell that is, or just that it's here?
all I know is that he has some sort of position in the town government. So wherever that would, perhaps the clock tower. I'm not really.
more information we'd probably ask from those in the crypt.
Yes, I would think so.
Well, I mean, if we wanted to head out now, the clothes won't be as necessary. If we're all going anyways, we're gonna stand out like a sore thumb.
I mean, we've made it this far through the city without.
Harassment.
So we just pretend we can't see anyone as we go through, and
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say I don't know how far away the crypt is. We've already activated the site. so I'm unsure as to how long we'll really be able to see what's going on there.
Hmm. Well, then I suppose we hurry, otherwise we'll have to risk exhaustion. Using that much magic coursing through us. So, could we ask the bartender?
He said it was right up the hill, and walking
Alright.
up here, you'd all know, maybe like 5 minutes. 8
Oh,
minutes. so.
Excellent.
Okay.
Quick
Yeah.
So
power
if you're
walk
trying to
then.
remember the name, but
Mhm.
Excellent. Quick power walk then.
all right, let's go. Eyes ahead.
Mm.
All right.
Okay. And so you set out into the city streets. And this feels like the city. There's people walking around, people intoxicated that are, stumbling a bit and had come out of the bar. Other people that are just walking, holding normal conversations. This is a little as eerie as it is that there are no bodies and just these old Victorian clothes. It's a little more comforting that they are behaving like normal people. A couple things you notice along on the walk up here as you navigate the sort of damp, slick cobblestone streets of the city is that colors, whatever you're seeing here, very muted, very toned down towards grays versus anything with much contrast. The only things that stand out are there's through the mist and eeriness of all that are carriages here and there you see on the way, maybe only a carriage or two. There's these beautiful Victorian style carriages with polished brass trim and glowing blue lanterns that hang on the four corners of it, driven by horses that you don't see. You just see the bridle and all the stuff on the horses pulling the carriage through the street. And of course the people in their very fine Victorian clothing. But again, everything kind of tamped down towards gray areas, just like some of the brass and blue and things that are really, really strong colors seem to push through that very dull gray energy of the space. Let's see. So you find the cemetery. My gosh, very, the tall wrought iron spikes of the gates with cement square blocks every 8 feet. The huge arched gateway to open up swings open into the cemetery. Beautiful memorials for all the graves here. Marble carved in different, like the angels in Doctor Who. Like some have like beautiful visages, others have like terrifying, they're reaching out towards you. Different smaller crypts, but certainly at the back, up the hill of the cemetery. Roger's crypt stands out. It says Roger above the door. 2 small wrought iron gate doors that open up into this crypt. And I'm going to once again switch back to Battle to share some images. I'll put them in here as well in Discord. As you swing open those 2 gates, there's sort of a path that you would walk through. I'm just going to switch this here. And this one off for viewers, then I'll put it in Discord. And it said he turned that one off, but then it didn't work. Okay. Beautiful windows adorn the left-hand side of the stone here with the moonlight pushing in through all the atmosphere of mist. A single lantern hangs in the arched stone ceiling above, and a roughly hewn path of stone bricks continues on. A few small headstones on either side in here lead up to a beautiful stone arch with pillars and a double wooden door. That inside that seems to be the next place to go in Rover's Hold. Assume you approach the door.
Yeah.
I'll investigate it and just see if it seems like anything's
Okay. Go roll an investigation check.
What's our DM inspiration die?
It is, let's see, you're all, gosh, what are we, level 7? Good. I gotta update this. Didn't update. Excellent then. That's a D8. I believe at level 6 it goes up to a D8. So it's a D8 for DM.
Cool. I'm just gonna use one. 17.
17, and what are you investigating for again?
Just want to make sure it's not like trapped or anything. Like.
Okay. Yeah, you let's see. So you give it a very close once over. Of course, you worked a lot with your training table there, box, and you don't find anything mechanically or anything arcana based as far as you can tell. There doesn't seem to be anything trapping this door.
Do we knock or open it?
I'll say that you see some torchlight dancing out from underneath the door, and you hear music behind the doors. And
I think we should knock.
Okay.
It'd be rude to barge in on a conversation.
Alright, then we'll loudly rap on the door.
Okay. All right, boom, boom, boom. You rap on the door a few times and wait a few seconds, and some of the conversation quiets immediately on the other side of the door. And then the door swings open on its own. As you peer in, it's more of a hallway like this, maybe only 6 feet down, then it takes a sharp right. And standing in a corner where it turns, there's 3 people in the Victorian clothing. One approaches the door. I'm in a gentleman's suit. Good evening. How may I be of assistance? Folks as lovely as all of you.
Well,
Not sure I like the way you said that.
My apologies. Talking to the living is difficult for me. Please, can I help you? Who brings you here?
we were informed that you and your collective would be who to talk to should we want information on the city and possibly get in contact with Lilith.
Oh. You know that's no easy feat, yes.
We're scrappy.
I love it. Yes, come in, join the party, and we'll be happy to tell you all about the truth about. Let's see what we can do about it. Steps in the close kind of
Insight check.
gesture. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
I don't like anything.
I would also like to insight check if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Insight the hell out of this bitch.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go around for anyone that wants to insight. I'll just check and see. Tuna?
25.
25. Okay. Let me get everyone's
Fuck this
scores.
dude in particular.
Nice. Ladrin?
Okay, I need to stop doing insight checks because I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, no.
5.
Okay.
So I'm distracted again.
Perfect. Veora?
I got a 14.
14. Okay. D, were you doing an insight as well?
To me, he for Dia has not done anything creepy. You're a dead
Okay.
guy. Talking to the living is a little out of your ordinary. So no, until he does something suspicious, I'm like, oh my god, a party! Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, yeah. Teams in the up and ups, especially Ladrin, Feora, Tuna, being extra perceptive, you still feel like this person is perhaps disaffected by whatever's going on in the city and has no qualms about sharing and seems to be about partying, and living guests crashing the party is gonna maybe raise his like party cred a little.
Got you. Oh
But nothing
man, he's gonna
threatening.
love a particular book I have.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so you all step in, you round the corner. And as you do, there's just another arched door. This has red velvet curtains with some gold trim at the bottom, hanging closed. And the other two people here go over and draw them back, and you step into. I think the best way to describe it is it's sort of like a 1920s flapper style underground party taking place here. A lot of music that it has a Victorian edge, but it does lean into what would be, you know, come around later, like jazz. People dancing, and the style, again, Victorian, but also kind of swings over to the looser side, the less super fancy, privileged side that everyone kind of had so far. Yeah, there's a stage up front, and there's a production going on. And it's, gosh. Yeah, it's a little musical number. It seems to be like a theater production that's sort of going on, but doing a musical. And a lot of people, the circular tables are set around that. Lots of stone pillars that run up. There's a crypt in here somewhere, but this is not the crypt portion. There's a bar along the back that has like backlit with some of that same kind of light that was on the clock tower that kind of backlights the shelving of booze and other things here. And everyone seems to be, you know, partying and having a relatively good time. This person, you know, guides you in. Welcome to Roger's Crypt. We like to have a little fun here sometimes. I'm gonna set you up with Pink Susanna. Yeah, she'll be happy to tell you about the city, and she might even have some insight into Lilith. But you have a good time. Take some drinks, relax, sing along.
May we know your name as you seem to be the host with the most.
Oh, I love that you think that. That is amazing. My name is Richter. It's a pleasure
I was holding my breath for that one. I'm like, please don't make me kill this man. I love him.
Oh, nice, nice. If you need anything, you can ask Susanna or just find me. I'll be walking around doing my socializing, sort of entertaining as best I can. Dance floors over there. Please have a wonderful time. Drinks are on the house. Yes, just tell them Victor that you, if you wish. I'll see you around. I hope you find what you're looking for. Here, and points over to a table with sort of like a Victorian edition of a flapper outfit, sitting alone at a bench table, circular bench. Is Susanna? I think she's gonna have just what you're looking for. And there's room for all of you to sit if you wish.
Immediately sit down.
I will be standing.
Okay.
Adrian's looking for the alcohol.
I'll sit.
Nice. Okay. Oh, well, hello, everyone. Look at all of you alive and well. That's wonderful. I have to know what please, I'm sorry. My name is Susanna. It's quite a pleasure to meet you all. Snaps her fingers over. Sorry. Also, if any of you want drinks, Victor said they found him, and I'm just going to sneak in under that as well. Oh, so how do you like Moonfell so far? I should ask.
It has certainly, oh goodness, how do I want to phrase this? Beyond expectations, I think, would be how I would describe it.
I like that. That's lovely. I'll just wait. Yes, you. Oh, Do you have any... First, let me address any question. Looks over at Feyor. You seem very concerned, and I understand there's quite a bit sort of outside of the normal here in Moonfell. Not ask any immediate questions before we get into story time. I can tell you the whole deal here. Anything to help you rest a little easier.
I'll rest easy when I can leave this place.
Uh, all right. I see you'll need the drinks tonight. Well, first, may I meet all of you? You are, and looks at Feora, having just spoken.
McDoigan.
Victorian. I love the names of the living. Oh, and you, and looks over at Ladrin, probably next to Feora.
I'm still in my lich. Oh, like, it's just gonna stay that way.
Nice.
Oh no. No, she doesn't know how to use aliases. Ladrin.
A pleasure. And looks over at Dia, who seems to be excited. Like, and I must know your name.
You may call me Dia.
Dia. Oh, that just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Love it. And you, and looks, of course, to Tuna.
Opportunity. Just...
Yeah. That's just beautiful, isn't it? Opportunity. Oh, I love it.
You call us living, so I assume you're dead?
Oh, quite. Like you, miss, and looks over at Poppy. Yes? I don't think I've seen anyone quite like you here. But it's a pleasure to meet you all. Yes, McDoigan. Let me, explain a bit about Moonfell. The first round of drinks come over for whoever wants some, whoever ordered some. They're strong spirits. Here's... I'm an idiot, I'm sorry. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I mean, you can sip them and they seem to be fine. There's nothing, after some or you can alchemy check them or whatever, but they seem to be fine to drink.
Nothing untoward.
I mean, Ladrin's tolerance is pretty high, so we should be fine.
Yes, well, yes, we're mostly dead. Sort of dead, but... Well, those of us here in Roger's crypt, I mean, we're just here, we visit here, we gather, we're the ones that have been waiting here in Moonfell the longest, you see. In fact, we've been passed over by others many times, even though we came here before them. I should back up a little further, I suppose, than that. Of course, we spend time here, us that you see around you, to sort of commiserate and act as a bit of a support group for each other. But oh, where should I start? Well, settle in first. There's sort of a system here to Moonfell. Moonfell is part of the prime material plane that overlaps really closely with the gray space. Some folks call it the Greywild. Are you familiar?
No idea, but please elaborate.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone has a history check high enough to... This is not common knowledge. Right, so there's the Feywild. You likely know.
Mm-hmm.
And then
unfortunately.
Oh. And then it's opposite the Shadowfell. When the Primordials got here, apparently they said, oh, some of this world is just too bright for us, be done with that. And then they pushed it off into another dimension, another realm, plane of existence, and that was what created the Feywild. And some parts they were like, this is just too dark, forget this, and pushed that off into making another plane of existence, the Shadowfell, there was also a very mundane middle ground that they didn't like having. They took everything that sort of filled that very mundane, blank space, and it became the grey space, or the grey wild. And we're sort of a part of that overlaps here with the Prime. The Primordials sort of closed off this little spot of the Grey Wild from the rest of it. Just the spot that overlaps Moonfell. I guess I should just welcome to the afterlife of the faithless. You see, the Primordials are venerated, of course, some, and it kind of looks at Tuna. Some, of course, honor and serve and worship the Primordials. But with the deities gone, there was a bit of a problem with the afterlife. You know, you serve, you worship a Primordial, and you get to advance. They took over realms of the deities when they took over, and you get to move on and serve that. But those that don't have a faith, what happens with them, right? And so, am I missing that part here? Okay. Moonfell, rather the gray space that it overlaps it, is where those without faith go when they die, to sort of be processed based on, well, who knows? The Primordials set the grounds for this. There's different levels of processing here. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly grab my notes to make sure I get this right.
No, you're good.
Thanks. There's my notes. Okay. Yeah, so there's three areas, sort of, where you get placed. You wait here in Moonfell to be judged. And for some of us, the wait has been so long, we're just about given up on it. There really isn't a place for us to go, other than the astral plane. Some people that have come here after us have already been put through judgment and such, which leaves us feeling a little bit sour about it, which is most of us here. But there's sort of this gray space side. There's, once you get accepted into judgment, there's three places you get plugged into based on your a number of things. I think like acts done in life and such like that. There's the pit, which is sort of the lowest. It's sort of I think it's called the realm of recompense, and that's for a place for people that have made a lot of bad choices in life, stemming from hate and such that hurt a lot of others. And they get put there to live out all of their actions that they did to others. They can understand what it was like on the other side, and to sort of this is just the punishment realm, the pit. That's it. And you spend time there learning your lesson, the recompense. Have you met him? Yes.
Yes, I was about to say, Tasha that we met in the woods, she cast a spell on the bandits that killed her wife that did the same thing.
That's
Right?
some bloody powerful magic. Looks like between Tuna and Ladra.
Who who has the authority to judge you all?
I believe it's a set of rules that the Primordials put in place. Collectively, they put it together. Lilith oversees everything. There's she's of course a primordial vampire, and I think assigned to this task. I don't think she likes it very much. But I think she drew the short end of the stick, and was relegated to this. Of course, there's 3 city officials you maybe have met. I don't know how long you've been here.
You just very much give us the 3 city officials' names. That
Sure.
would be helpful.
Now so what you see during the day are sort of man, it's such a bummer because I had this written down. I'm just gonna pull it from memory. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. They, as spirits walk about the city, they sort of put illusionary, physical manifestations of them that sort of navigate around with them to make it feel, for people in the Prime, like a normal city. Well, eerie enough to keep people away. And so these illusions that sort of have some form of life to these spirits walking along, so they walk around during the day, and they do a quite terrible job of mimicking, normal life. But they're existing out there. They have homes and they go places and such. So that's sort of what you're seeing. He kind of pauses at Poppy again. I'm really not sure what your story is, Lass. I mean, you seem to be a spirit like us. But I can tell you don't really belong here. Does she travel with you always?
She's been with us for a while now.
All right. Well, yeah, so that's sort of the prime overlap of what's happening here. So during the day, there are city of officials that sort of make sure that runs as it's supposed to. There's Wilmark, Renhold. They are in charge during in the prime end of things. Each one's also in charge of something here in the gray space. In the prime, Wilmark is in charge of security of the city, making sure there aren't people getting in and snooping about or doing things they shouldn't be doing in the city. Here in the gray space, Wilmark sees over the pit.
Say I'm surprised.
Next, is Ruby Gernhold. Is just RUBY GHERNHOLD. Ruby Gernhold. Now, during the day, she's a community leader, which sort of extends, of course, to the gray space a little bit too. Because there's some sentience, limited as it is, and there are people that visit, of course, Moonfell. There is an integration of some people that live here as well. Ruby oversees that, makes sure everyone is getting everything they need during the day, but also at night. She makes sure that spirits... she helps us, even though we've been left so far behind in the queue. She helps us. She helps everyone find sort of a peace with their place here when they first arrive and such, explaining things. She's really quite amazing. She's also in charge of Arcadia, which is the second realm of the City of the Faithless. Is that what I called it? I scrolled way too far. Thank you.
Sorry, the afterlife of the Faithless.
Afterlife of the Faithless, thank you. And Ruby overlooks Arcadia, the realm of peace and bliss. That's really that's actually the third. I'm terribly sorry. That's the third realm. That's where you can get to in your afterlife here, the Primordials. In fact, if that level's reached, they can choose to be reborn and go about and have another round at life, or they can choose to stay there in the realm of peace and bliss. It's quite wonderful. And on top of that, if they are reborn and make it back 3 separate times to this realm, there's a special area known as Utopia that's available only to them. It's a veritable personal paradise. Sort of what you want, think about it, you got it.
Do you... while she's talking in the mind link, so that casino underground, do you think they were doing a perversion of Moonfell? Because there was a place where you could pay to get reincarnated. Could they...
Yeah. I mean, that has to be it, right? Mustav visited here. Sorry, Feyre, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Just saying that, or they're just that rich.
I mean, we know Mustav visited here. Maybe he modeled his whole business after this.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. No, I don't feel bad. I mean, I didn't really feel bad to start with. No, I really don't feel bad.
Feel bad.
Because he knew all this. He had to have known all this, and he just didn't say a word. Not that I expected him to, but...
Okay.
And of course, in between those two realms, the pit and Arcadia, there's where most of the actual good work is done here. That realm's called Concord. The realm of trials and empathy. And that's the place you can enter into it, or you can come up from the pit. You know, if you feel that once recompense has been made, you get moved up to this realm. It's a place for people who have truly accepted the wrong they've done. So whether they come into death already accepting that, or if they've been through the pit, once they've truly accepted the wrong they've done and understand they need to change, they come here to Concord. It's a place... this is the place where you're on the receiving end of the hate and the unfair treatment that some face in life, to better understand the truth of it and what it's truly like. And there are trials to run back through your life and through the experiences you have here to make different choices. And your rank and placement here is in that realm is updated each time you have a trial and you reach the next level of enlightenment with empathy and understanding. Until you reach a certain point, you're elevated to Arcadia.
Idiot.
And the official that looks over that is named Baron Rexlin von Sutcliffe. In the waking world, he's the governor, but in the afterlife, looks over Concord.
And would... You know what? I'm not going to ask. I'm just putting 2 and 2 together. If everyone here has been waiting a long time, is there perchance a bribery system that he has set up to perhaps move you up the list or not? If not, and I'm just assuming, then by all means I'll keep drinking.
No, they're very on the up and up, especially Baron Rexlin. But well, first I should explain that Lilith, she rules over all of this. I think, which I think I might have covered. But she doesn't take audiences with people. She just doesn't. Even with esteemed recommendations or sometimes even other primordials. She's almost never on the prime and almost always here in the free space. However, you might have an in if you speak with Rexlin, as he's her husband.
Oh.
So, if the rumors are to be believed, and I'm sorry, I'll tell you now, I can't really go into them, 'cause I might lose all chance of going through the system. He may have need of people living, such as yourselves, and you might be able to use that to your advantage.
How convenient. We happen to be alive.
Right, so I think that might be your best bet. Of course, I can tell you where the governor's office is. There really isn't anything very ostentatious here, so a lot of the buildings look alike. But I can tell you his prime realm address here in the city, if you wish. And
Yes.
Would we get all of those, actually?
oh, certainly. I can
Just in
write
case
those
we need to visit the others for any reason.
down. I absolutely don't see why not. If I'll just ask, and this is entirely at your whim. The system here works for a lot of people, but those of us here, we just don't really understand why it's been so long and we're being overlooked. If you end up being able to help Baron and you get your audience, maybe you could just ask on us.
Susanna, we will do our best.
Lovely. You know what? I'm so inconsiderate. I forget sometimes. I live and have to use the bathroom and such. If any of you need to take a break, and with that, we'll take our bio break.
Wow.
Nailed it. Okay, so much fun, so exciting. So I'm just gonna get us on our break and get back. 10 minutes, audio live. We'll catch you soon. Bing. Here we go. Awesome.
Ah!
Oh man, I have plans before we leave this place.
Oh boy.
Oh, nice.
If you got to nuke a building, just let us know.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's just like
So,
experience in bombs, you know, it's
yeah. So,
Tuna
if-
does? Yeah.
Tuna does! Ooh.
Unfortunately, Tuna does.
Flip off look to the camera. So if those guys, the 7 lost gods, revive themselves and like kill the primordials, they would just get access to all these souls essentially.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from this.
And this would make sense why they'd want us to talk to, why they'd want us to talk to Lilith, because she rules over Moonvel and is in charge of this whole system. So we
Oh,
gotta
boy.
we gotta get her to accept our deal and not the 7 lost gods deal.
Oh god. I know Tasha's not here, but Ladrin, get your best dress on. Oh god.
Oh wow. Ooh. And she doesn't even like her job. Oh god.
I need something to drink.
Go ahead. I'm pretty stressed.
You gotta look at this over here. Got a 5 for 3. A 4? So excited that this is probably fine. Much better.
Now I know.
You go break.
I'm already looking on Pinterest for Victorian outfit inspo.
Nice.
So, you know.
English is hard.
English is so hard. Oh boy.
I also had to turn off the light in this room. I went to check on Nova and she was still like awake. And I was like, I have a cover on her tank, but the way she's like sleeping tonight is very weird. And so light is still seeping through and I'm like, okay, fine. I'll just
Fine.
look weird for the rest of the stream. That's fine.
I did this thing last night. Those, you know, those tiny red potatoes. You know,
Love them.
Yes.
boiled them, bash them,
Stick
Stick 'em in a soup?
Sorry.
mash them, corn in it, some ground turkey in it, put cheese, sour cream, half and half, seasonings. It's great. I'm in love.
Sounds amazing.
I had meatloaf that I cooked Sunday, and I'm like, I gotta eat this tonight, or it's not gonna be good anymore.
Right. I did the same thing with my leftovers.
No.
Because Tuesday is leftover night.
I also
Nice.
have fun things that are happening with Rocky Horror that I'll share with you guys. I know we're on break and everyone can hear, but everyone else can hear too. I don't care. So our Frankenfurter is being played by a drag queen. Our criminologist is not a drag queen, but he is going to be in drag for the show. And our director was telling me, she was like, yeah, you know, I really wanted Eddie to be played by a drag king, but the guy that auditioned is the guy that played it last time we did it, and he was really good, so we just recast him. And she's like, yeah, I just wish we had a drag king in the production. I go, well, I've never done it before, but
Nice.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in drag.
Yes.
Rocky Horror. And I'm so excited.
That is so
I
cool.
want pics.
Yes, yeah, we'll
Yes, we're
absolutely
gonna
get
need
pics.
pictures.
I also need to send pictures to y'all of our rehearsal space because it is the most sketchy place. It's above a bar downtown. You have to go like through the bar, like behind the bar basically to
No.
get upstairs. And so the bartenders are always like, oh, they're already up there. I'm like, thanks guys.
Oh.
Done and done.
There's like lead paint chipping off the
Amazing.
walls. It's
Oh
terrifying.
no. That's so scary.
So
It's
sketch.
incredible.
I love it.
Incredible.
Well, that's awesome, Carly. I'm so excited. That sounds like that's great.
I'm so excited.
Sounds like a ball.
I'm gonna bring our screen back here. Thanks.
Sure.
I'm also super hyped, Carly, that you enjoyed this vibe.
It is literally, oh my god. Everything I end up running turns into gothic horror somehow. Like it just ends up there. So like anything that's like Victorian gothic. I mean, I said in the Zoom chat, I was like, we're in Yarnum. So I
Yeah.
I love
this
that.
Bloodborne, Haunted Mansion, Curse of Strahd,
Mm.
Dracula, obviously
Love.
Carmilla, anything that's like that is just it's my thing.
Nice. I knew
Yeah,
early.
gothic horror is to you, as
Yes.
Halloween is to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love it.
I'm glad that, especially that you like it. It's in your vibe. So yes. I knew it was gonna have something to do with like spookiness and like definitely Victoria. This was like early campaign prep before we started, and just adding things over time. Of course, there's a little like of a Greek mythology kind of Hades sort of energy to it with the the different realms and the not really wanting to do the job. So it's too good to pass up. I'll add that you probably all would have, during this conversation, kind of picked up on the fact that a lot of the magic that you saw in the city is this illusionary sort of combined with, I think it's apparition, where it kind of creates something as well, and creating from spirits these facsimiles of the spirits that navigate the city during the day. You also probably would have figured that that's probably what happened to Poppy. The spirit, and it created a facsimile. It just because it's a different setup, it's very accurate, lively facsimile. Poppy, yeah. Okay, so I'll return us. Put our ambiance back on. I should have done a little dance club. 1920s club music came on, so well. Yeah, Afterlife of the Faithless. You got a rundown on the 3 people that run the city. You're about to get the addresses for all 3 during the day. But I'll put us back into that moment. Let's see. Yeah. They directed you specifically to Baron Rexon von Sutcliffe, runs the empathy portion of Afterlife, as there's someone that seems to be extra kind and orderly with this stuff, and is also married to both. So much cool stuff here. Okay, right, where is, let me get back up here. Okay, so Susanna, where am I? All right. Begins to write down the addresses for the 3 folks. Is there, I know that's probably a lot to take in, if you came in sort of, blind to all that. Is there anything that, any questions you have after getting all that information?
Yes. Random.
All right.
Just curiosity.
Sure.
Could someone living visit one of these areas just for fun?
Oh, not that I know of, but
Oh, okay.
I'm sure Lilith would have an answer if you get to see her, or maybe Rexlin. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but that certainly doesn't mean it can't be done.
So that means that all three of these officials are. I don't know the proper terminology. I don't want to say anything.
Um,
Passed on, I suppose.
no, so I believe that all three, um, at one point or another in the very distant past, wherever it is Lilith originally comes from, returned, vampire by Lilith. And
Oh,
while they've all earned, I think, their freedom from servitude, um, they all follow her.
I see. Thank you.
Hmm. So there's sort of, I think, undead versus expired.
Right. Previously deceased, I suppose.
That's it.
Um,
That's it.
All right.
You see, she's got a ink and quill, and she's writing down. She writes the Barons down. She's getting right, but suddenly, like it starts sort of fading in and out, getting a little fuzzy, and your head start to hurt. You're at about the hour mark.
Before we lose all this, I just kind of stand up, and I just hold my hand out to Dia.
Mhm.
Would you like to dance? I'm not very good at it, but while we're here, we might as well. You're muted.
I would love to.
Right, I will very awkwardly lead Dia to the dance floor as it's like flickering in and out.
Yeah.
That finger
Nice.
wagon.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hold on, I have something just for this.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's
Ah.
amazing. I love it. Yeah, the two of you head out there and just have so much fun dancing. Whatever the dancing ends up looking like, it's, of course, a magical moment, tons of fun. Lots of the you're dancing around between all the different ghostly outfits and stuff, and this crypt, like not a thing you might expect, but it's lively and it's fun. And after most of the dance, you'll see everyone at the table. For everybody, the hand seems wiped back in reverse, and you find yourself suddenly hit with a crypt smell. It's almost pitch black near. There's some light that comes through some little grated windows up in the ceiling that are letting some of the moonlight in. The quill dances with no holder, finishing the address. Pausing, the quill sets down. The paper's there, but you're now in a crypt. Same tables, like there aren't the circular tables set up, but there's the area where the bar was is there, just doesn't have a bar. There's sort of, you're in like for Legion of Feora, you're in one of the little alcoves for the crypt. There's skulls and the things behind you in the rows of stone behind you. At night, used for a bench seat, sort of a little different. Not at night in the gray space, but here you are officially in a dank crypt with crypt smell. A little bit of moonlight trickling in. The music dies, the dancers die. A few more moments go by before you even realize how the two of you were having so much fun on the dance floor. Yeah, you got the addresses. Mm-hmm.
I'll pick up the paper and just kind of look in the direction where we knew who she was.
I'll make a note about those real quick, if that's okay. As you're looking into directions, there's a note that says you can freely go to Baron Rexlin von Stepfest and Ruby's, but be cautious about going to Will Marks, as head of security and always has, heavy security there. So be cautious.
Ooh.
Thank you, Susanna. And she'll pocket the note, and she'll be casting like prestidigitation around her face to like dispel the smell around her nose.
Nice.
Should we go then?
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
A little bit eerie as your voices echo through the mostly empty space now versus the vibrant party and life that was taking place here, even in death. You all leave the crypt, and are you heading back to your inn? Your rooms for
Yeah.
the night?
That sounds right.
All right, you head back up and find yourselves back in your penthouse again, sort of back to pre-programmed people. The city looks more medieval now again instead of Victorian. You find yourselves in the quiet streets upstairs to your penthouse room and take a load off. You settle in. What would you like to do? Anything before sleeping?
Is there like an old wooden chair or anything in here?
Sure, there's a couple chairs.
Does anyone mind if I kind of make use of this?
By all means.
Cool. I break off one of the legs and start sharpening it.
Oh, nice.
Fair.
Amazing. Okay.
There. I'm getting ready.
You know what?
I'm just using my axe, like just.
Oh, that's super sharp. Nice. Well, go ahead. If you're doing one leg, let me know how many legs you want to do. But if you're doing one leg, put one wooden stake in your inventory.
Cool. Does anyone else want one? I can.
I
Got 3 more
have
legs, so.
I have no ability to know how to use a stake.
Oh,
I mean, I don't really either, but
I'll
so
take
yeah,
one.
It
I'll
doesn't hurt.
go ahead and make the rest of the legs off this chair
Okay.
and do them.
Vera
Nice.
said she'll take one.
Yeah.
So,
So hand them out.
Nice. All right, you give one to everyone then, or is Dia not taking one?
Well, I guess that's a technical question. Is that going to use strength or is that going to use dex?
That is going to be, unless you have proficiency, which I don't think there's a stake option, it'll be an improvised weapon, which will be a strength without proficiency.
Ooh, I think I'll stick with shooting lightning in the face. My strength is boo-boo.
Nice. Okay, so Tuna, you'll have 2, and Ladrin
Okay.
1 and Feyora 1. If that sounds right to everybody. Okay. Make sure you, Ladrin and Feyora, put 1 wooden stake in your inventory. Okay. Any chat before bedtime?
What is the plan for the morning? Do you want to try to speak with the Baron? Or set an appointment with Wilmot? Tuna, what do you want to transpire with Wilmark? If I'm prying too much, do let me know.
No, you're fine. I don't really know. I don't even know if I'm accomplishing anything with this other than making myself feel a little bit better for about 5 minutes after it happens. But I don't know. I think at this point I just need to find out who that benefactor is, and since he's the one who is the closest to this benefactor, I guess I just want information, and then we'll see what Taikati wants with him after that.
Alright. In that case, I would suggest making friends with the Baron, since he is the husband of the one who rules everything here, and it's easier to kill off a city official when you're friends with the person who runs things.
That is very true.
That would be the course of action I would like to take. Of course, whatever happens easier, I'm fine with improvising, but I wanted to check in with everyone to see how they wanted to proceed.
Sounds fine to me. Very devious plan for a shopkeeper, though.
I have a diversified skill set.
All right.
Shopkeepers are ruthless.
Excellent. All right. Well, it sounds like everyone's able to bundle up for the night and get some rest. For what it's worth, because I love adding stuff like this, and stop me if you don't want me to. But you know, as you're heading to bed, you turn over and there's just that nice fresh scent of tuna on your clothing, like from the dance. Like, as you, yeah, and you all get a good night's sleep. So I think that we've had one since the last time we've lost HP. But if not, make sure that or if you have any exhaustion, I think everyone's clear. But be sure to put a long rest in if you need to. And the morning comes back around, and the prime side of Moonfall. Yeah, what would you all like to do? You can order food here. You can eat rations if you don't trust the food.
I've been yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I think we were gonna say the same thing, that if they're already dead, then the food's probably fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not some mind control thing.
Yeah. Order a couple plates up.
Nice. They've got a pretty simple selection, but it's all really good stuff, you know, whether it's bacon or bread or you know, confectionery or whatever. It's pretty tasty when you get it. Nice tea, decent tea if you order some tea. They seem to like send living people to certain rooms and leave that menus. That's all they have for people that are alive. Yeah, so you have a nice hearty breakfast in the room, and do you know where you want to set out for the day? Sounded like
Baron Sutcliffe.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll hand the notes about what's his name there and the addresses to Tuna.
Thank you.
What sort of security do you think a vampire would have?
Gargoyles? I don't really.
It's like, how do you...
adds to his notes.
They're just statues of like Gregory.
It's like, how do
Gargoyle.
you corral a ghost? I didn't think anything. I don't know.
A salt ring.
Mm.
And an Impala car nearby.
It's a cop.
What?
You know,
I think-
2 streets over, there's a crazy old man who's talking about a jalopy. It's insane.
amazing.
Yep.
All right. Well, you navigate the city streets here. I mean, you are in the mountains. It's brisk, fresh mountain air. You're in springtime here. Early spring, right? Because we're not quite yet, are we? Yeah, we are. Yeah. Mid-spring, so it's really nice. Nice and, you know, maybe 60s, 70s, somewhere around there, so decent. And you find your way to the address. It does appear a little bit different than the residential areas, commercial buildings and stuff, a little bit. But you know it to be the office of the governor, Baron Rexlin von Sutcliffe. I suppose you just enter. The door's open, the front door. Okay. You enter in. You do see a bit of a clerk's station, a counter with like an open window on the wall there, but no one's behind there. There's a hallway. This is to the right. It's like the waiting room, the counters, the clerk's counter, and then a hallway almost straight down. And you hear someone fumbling um, in the background. I'm going to switch to battle here as we get Rexland out. I'll put it in to Sam and Dean. And I'll put, no, young Dean Lugs. That must be an early thing. Anyway,
I
sorry.
always judge what season it is by how wide his bow-legged stance is.
That's amazing.
And how short their hair is. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, did it get shaggy? You hear coming from the back. Hey, it didn't switch to yeah, it did. Easy, Dan. Easy does it. Someone stumbling out. Just a moment, please. I'll be right there. And stumbling down the hallway is this gentleman. I love his crop top. It's so fantastic. Comes down. Oh, I am so sorry if you had to wait. My clerk is much better at these sorts of things, and I'm afraid she's just running a little late today. Hello. How may I help all of you? And welcome.
the energy makes me so happy. Like, whew.
Wow, all right. Hello, Baron.
Hello. Oh, you know of me already.
Yes.
I hope you've heard good things.
Well, we weren't told enough. I will say that for free. We were hoping to hoping to take you up on a proposition that a couple of rumors we've heard in town that perhaps you would need someone of our current status of life.
Come in. Why don't you all join me in my office? We can speak a little more freely there. Right this way. And turns around and walks down to the office. And waits to let you all in. Close this door there. Ooh, sorry. We're safe to talk in here. Yes, there are some truth to what the rumors you speak of. May I ask where you heard about them?
You may ask, but we might not answer. Don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Oh, I know you don't know me. Difficult to trust. I just want to make sure that the other parties I'm concerned with haven't set you up for this. May I just ask then, citizens?
Yes.
Okay, that's enough said. The party I'm concerned with would, I don't think, ever get citizens to assist them. So, I guess you've heard absolutely right. First, I'm terribly sorry. You know me, but I would like to introduce some such introductions, if I may. I'm Baron Rexland von Sutcliffe, at your service. Looks around to see if anyone...
Yeah. You may call me Dia.
Yeah. Pleasure to meet you.
Opportunity.
Oh, what a delightful... Love it. Yes, pleasure to meet you too.
Ladrin.
Ladrin. Oh, that's a beautiful elvish ring to it.
McDoigan.
McDoigan. I don't think I've met many McDoigans in my life, but I love it. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Now let's get down to business. I won't waste your time. Tell me what it is that I assume you're looking for something from me, if you're willing to assist, not to tarnish your reputation or speak ill of you as though you must be after something, but...
No one asks for anything for free.
Yes.
So, I think in the establishment of base trust, just looking to everyone to confirm, we are hoping to have a meeting with Lilith. And hoping that by helping you and perhaps doing things off a checklist that she would rather not would persuade her to have a conversation with us.
I see. Let me think for a moment. Please sit if you wish. Yes, I feel that, I mean, certainly I could get you an audience. I think it would be worth it, yes. Have to handle things carefully. But let me describe the task and then my concern, why I would request this of you. Tell me if you still wish to make this deal. And upon honoring it, I can get you an audience with Lilith. Yes. Well. So, as you've likely heard, I have need of outsiders, living folks in particular, but really living outside of Moonfell, to pursue information. On a few things here. You see, have you heard of or met any of the other administrators of the city? Ruby or Wilmark?
Heard of them.
Well, Wilmark is the head of security here in Moonfell. Now, he's always been a bit of a loner. He's always operated on the edge of the rules set in place for us all here. And for a very long time, he's done his job quite well, and it doesn't seem to bother Lilith, and so it's not my business. But lately, something has felt a bit more off about him. He's never been happy with his lot in life here. He's always had a bit of... always coveted Lilith's position here. There's always been cause of concern for me, but Lilith has made us all, and she's far more powerful than us, so if she's not worried, then I leave it be, of course. But yes, he's always coveted that. Never been happy here with his lot in life, or his, well, as far as we know, it's our eternal destiny to be here. And I've heard some disturbing reports recently that he's all I can say is that he's looking to upset the balance of things. Yeah, that's all I've heard, really. I don't know the exact details, and that's the problem, and that's where I think all of you can come in. I really, because I don't know what he's planning, I'm just, anything that jeopardizes the delicate balance here, or the safety of Lilith and Ruby and all of the souls here, it's just too large of a concern for me to overlook, you see. I'd like you to see if you can find any answers as to what Wilmark do. Now, I think in general it's best to avoid Wilmark, as the living are welcome to come through, of course, the prime side of Moonfell. I can explain if you, and he'll start the explanation of Moonfell, which you've already heard. So you can either listen or stop him, or either way.
Definitely stop him.
Okay.
We got it. It's all right. We were filled in.
All right.
Don't worry, we took the intro quest.
Nice. That's amazing.
I may, though.
Yes.
Very quickly. How long would you say he's been here?
I mean, he comes and goes as needed. again, operates on sort of the very edge of the rules set in place for us here, but he's been here for at least here in this new world since its inception, since it was well, I'm not allowed to speak on too many matters. Primordials don't want their secrets.
No, understandable.
But
Just
since the Sundering, let's say.
good to know.
It's been here since the Sundering.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Now, again, I think it might be best, whether you undertake this or not, to try and avoid Wilmog. It's also very likely he's going to wish to meet you once he hears that they are living in the city. Bit of a neurotic head of security. Good at his job, but comes at a cost. So I would caution you against openly accusing or attacking Wilmog or anything like that in your search for information. I think it might be better to see if you can find this information in his abode. You see, while Wilmog does have considerable strength himself, if it's him alone, you all look roughly up to the challenge. Just to know what stakes you're going into, because well, Lilith is incredibly powerful. Wilmog was the most recent of us to be turned just shortly before the Sundering. So strong, but the trouble comes with his personal card. Whenever he's out within the city, mostly at night, but sometimes during the day, he is surrounded by his guard. Try not to confront him while he's with his guard, as collectively they are very strong. But because his duties take him out through the city during the night hours, I feel that might be the best time to search his abode. He relieves all his staff of service at night when he leaves. Again, neurotic. Doesn't want anyone in the household when he's not there. And when he even... so he likely... oh, I'm so sorry. He likely won't return home during the night. And if he does, he also has a distaste for being accompanied by his guards in his domicile as well. Again, a bit neurotic. Only during the day does he have servants. So, if you were to search the mansion, I believe you could find something. Whatever he's keeping hidden. And even if he were to return, he would do so without his guards. And if you find he is indeed up to no good, and you find evidence of this, whether you end up returning it to me, or if, hopefully not, but if he should return and you have to confront him in battle, and even if you defeat him, I will vouch for you. You have my word. Of course, any night would be fine. It doesn't have to be tonight. But the more time you spend here, the more he'll start to focus on you. Wonder what you're doing here. Mm-hmm. Do you have any questions on this so far? This is a lot.
I feel it's only fair to warn you that my Taikadi and I, mostly me, Taikadi by extension, has a specific interest in him. So if it does come to a confrontation, I would like to just let you know. I don't know how it will end, but if that's an issue, I can... Last time something like this happened, there was a well, both times there was just a storm, and then the person is just shoo.
Oh.
So, if that happens, is that off the table, or
As long as you can find some evidence of his wrongdoing, of which I am
That we can do.
positive he has some in this mansion, then you'll be fine. Though I will mention, Talikati's rather crafty. Primordials. No one primordial is allowed to upset or interact or personally deal with anything here in Moonfell. However, they're
Their
devoted.
agents can.
Yes. Talikati. Oh,
Logistically, are his guards and his staff, are they also undead?
are they
Or if
what?
you're
I'm so
aware
sorry.
of it. Are they also undead? Are
Oh,
you
oh,
aware
I
of
see.
that?
His staff, all spirits of the town. His personal guard are undead. They're ones that he, again, skirting the. We're not to turn others. He brought some back as his. I don't know what to call them. I don't dare call them spawn, but he did not fully turn these, thereby staying within the rules. But he did begin the conversion process, leaving them in an undead state.
In a half state.
Yes.
In the dragon group chat, just asking everyone, this is in line with what we were already planning to do. At the moment, I don't see a reason not to trust the Baron, and he is a direct link to Lilith. How are you all feeling about accepting this deal?
I didn't think we have a choice.
If this is in the mind link, if Taikati can't directly affect anything in Moonfell, does that mean we can't rely on the same help that we got in Sunhaven?
That's what I'm worried about. But at the same time, we mostly did that ourselves. That was just
The completion of it.
payment. It's starting to feel like. This man is just watching all of us just look at each other very intently.
I definitely want to say I am continuing having conversation with them, but
Nice.
while the mind link is going.
He takes him a beat because
Yeah,
there's a
fair.
little like, and he'll sit down behind his desk and like put his feet up on the desk, almost like he might have an idea of what's going on and is giving you a little room too.
He is an
Converse.
old ass vampire, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
He was there before the world broke apart.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't. Well, that's not direct interference, so never mind. That wouldn't be an issue.
For what it's worth, and I'm sorry to intrude, it might be best, in fact, I would highly recommend taking a beat to go and speak with Ruby. She and I share this concern, and you can confide everything. My request to her, everything we've said here is entirely fine. Just ask to speak privately in a matter that we discussed, so she can we can make our rooms a safe place. But as a community leader, she'll know best how to enter the mansion undetected and possibly where best to look within, as she often helps and assists those that serve in the household, and she can ask and get information to find out, what areas might be extra locked off, and maybe some alternate entrances that make it a bit easier to get in and out unnoticed.
All right.
And I can give you her address, unless you have it already.
We do.
Okay.
We were very thorough.
Indeed, indeed. No, take your
I don't
time.
think.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I don't think at the moment we have any objections, but I think, as it stands, would you mind if we spoke with Ruby before we fully accepted your
Absolutely
offer?
not. Go right ahead. Please, please. Listen, I understand that this is more than an imposition for you as well. I wish that I could simply... you seem like wonderful folks and trustworthy folks, and I wish I could simply put you in touch with Lilith. But I'm in a very difficult position, and I hope you understand. I know this is a difficult task, so please, take all the time you need. I'll be here.
It's complicated to be both a city official and the partner of the one who rules the city.
Yes.
During this entire thing, have I gotten any weird vibes? Like maybe he's hiding something? Can I insight check?
Absolutely,
Just
absolutely.
Retrospect. Oh my god, it was almost a nat 20. 19.
Nice. Yeah, as you're assessing, he seems to be on the up and up. You can definitely feel that sense of like, obviously he knows Lilith can take care of herself and has left a lot of the stuff alone for a long time because she says don't worry about it, so he hasn't. But you can tell that there's like I'm nervous. This guy's up to something, and I don't like it. And he has not a goody two shoes vibe, but like, I follow the rules. I've been alive doing this long enough. I know there's a good way and a not great way. And he is in charge of like empathy and trials realm too. So
Right.
but
I figured. I wanted to confirm.
always best. Yeah. Facts.
So yeah, Tuna will just kind of look him up and down for a second
Hmm.
and just go, all right. I agree. I think we should talk to Ruby. And kind of through the mind blink be like, he seems legit.
I knew by his midriff.
These abs don't lie.
Mhm.
Wonderful, wonderful. I just have to count this such a blessing. I'm so glad that you've all decided to, manage to come through when you did. I'll be here. Simply put, during the day is best to get me here in the prime. But speak my name. If you, gosh, he doesn't know that you go to the gray space. Yeah, seek me out here during the day. During the day, at night I have work I must do. Outside of the prime, is all I'll say. He doesn't know you
Thank you
now.
very
So,
much.
yeah.
Right. Thank you very much, Baron.
Of course, thank you. I look forward to hearing from you all once again. Do take care.
Mhm.
All right, and you all sounds like you're gonna head on out.
I suppose so. We're to Ruby's next to get more information.
Okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. I burped. All right, so you head on out. Who has the directions? Ladrin now? Feor gave him a Ladrin?
I think cut to Tuna.
Yes.
Tuna. Okay, nice. All right. Yeah, it's a bit across. It's gonna be like a 20-minute walk to get over to Tuna. But nothing too bad. Okay. So, you are carefully navigating that. Hey, silly. Okay. And so you're able to get on Main Street for a bit. Wind down further back down the mountain, the city here. And you have to get off Main Street on some more narrow streets. You're navigating. There's a few twists and turns as you're navigating a few blocks. And as you round a corner, there's a gentleman. In fact, I'll put us back in battle so you can say, I'll put in Discord too. There is a gentleman, which you certainly recognize, Tuna, and you recognize Feora. You've just seen this person before, Feora, and I will talk to you about where you've seen them, but you don't know their name. Tuna, you know this as Wilmark Renhold. He steps down, like he's floating down, walking a few steps with guards that do the same. In this long leather duster, and you know he's this guy here on the thing. Wilmark Renhold has arrived. Okay. Oh. Hold up. I see you've all made your way to Moonfell. I'm the head of security here. I just want to take a second and know a little bit about what your business is here. Surrounded all of you to see if any of you answer. Actually, quick perception check from everybody, please.
Absolutely.
A little red glow to his eyes.
Hell yeah.
I'm using my inspiration on this,
Okay.
which is wild, but I rolled a nat 1.
Oh no!
So
Nice.
this feels important. Cool.
The Kill Bill sirens are just going off.
Yeah, basically. No, I was gonna say as soon as like we spot him, Tuna's gonna kind of step in front of Dia a little bit
Oh.
and like not really thinking about it and not like going to make Dia, but just kind of reach their hand
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Okay.
just for a second.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. And Tuna's just kind of standing in front of Dia, just like holding her hand. That was a shitty perception check.
Oh no. Okay. Let's. Dia, what'd you get?
12.
Oh. Okay. Let me quickly send a message.
Oh, I get a message on a 12?
Oh no. That's a
Oh, no.
previous one. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Understood. No, I just got so excited.
All right. 12. Feora.
18.
Okay. Latrin.
Nat 20 for a 27.
Damn. Okay,
Holy
nice.
fuck.
If I need anything higher, I still have my inspo to use.
Wow, nice.
Y'all's insight is nuts.
For real. Tuna?
Just perception, not insight.
Perception. Right.
10.
Did. Okay.
With the nat 1 is not terrible.
That isn't. So for Dia and Tuna, you just recognize that there are 5 guards with them. That's like you're picking that up. Everything else is sort of like a quick reaction and instinct. Feora and Ladrin, your perception checks, you both scan quickly and identify that 2 out of these 5 guards seem to be operate with a melee style of combat. There's one with no weapon, but their wrists and hands are wrapped, and there are clear indications of calloused knuckles and hands in one of them. The other melee person holds a large 2-handed sword on their back. There's one ranged person with a giant crossbow on their back. And then there are 2 people that are clearly casters. One with a wizard's book and a holy symbol. And another that has has an arcane focus system, but they carry a sword on their hip.
This motherfucker got a whole adventuring party.
Yeah. So, your business here?
Ooh. You must be head of security. Wilmark Rinholt, I believe. Am I pronounced that correctly?
Gives a nod.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I give greetings and salutations. My name is Dia, and we are passing through traveling on business. I'm a merchant and
Mhm.
hoping to, procure different things from different cities. I'm sure if you are not aware, unfortunately, Oberman's Mill is going through a bit of turmoil when it comes to commerce, so as someone apt in my business skills, hoping to diversify my supply.
Make a deception check with advantage, Dan. That was really good.
Absolutely.
It was such a good reason that the DC got dropped. So well done.
Okay, amazing. So, with my deception, 22.
Okay, yeah. All right. See that your business is done. Don't cause any trouble while you're here. We'll be keeping a close eye on you. See that you mind your manners while you're here. Otherwise, welcome to Moonfall. Truly hope you enjoy your stay.
Of course, my lord.
And I'm going to ask everyone to do one more perception check for me.
Yep.
Okay, Dia?
6!
A 6?
A 6 total.
Okay. Oh, no. Feora?
18 again.
Okay. Ladrin?
A nat 20 again. For a 27.
Ladrin is on edge.
Dude.
And Tuna?
Yes.
11.
Okay. So, Feora and Ladrin. Okay. Let's see. Tuna, I mean, even with that, I mean, you just know, just to reiterate, this is definitely, I mean, obviously, you've introduced himself as Wilmark Renhold. Absolutely the guy that captained that third ship. Where are we? Yes. So, Ladrin, Feora, the two of you subtly catch his gaze as he's kind of sort of like saying that to all of you. Pause and linger on Tuna. And then, past Ladrin, and then pause and linger on Feora briefly. And then over to Dia. And he takes a couple steps back and pushes off the ground and starts floating and flying up to the sky to continue on about his day.
I think he recognized y'all. Point to Tuna and Feora.
Personal conversation, just in the dragon chat. Personal conversations at the house, or at the at our room.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you you're heading there before seeing Ruby? Or do you want to get Ruby and then head there? Either way, just want to check.
I think. Ooh, how do we all feel paranoia-wise? Just stop at a shop, just in case he's like watching before continuing on to Ruby.
That's smart.
Very smart.
Okay. All right.
We
So
were warned multiple times he's a paranoid motherfucker.
yeah. All right. So you you take an extra turn here, extra turn there. You find a little commerce storefront. There are goods that are sold here. A lot of stuff that doesn't expire. So it's like really mundane things, but you find an adventuring goods store that might make sense, for you to duck in.
Mm-hmm. I think just to continue to sell it, I think I will buy something with my own personal gold, just to continue to sell it, because I don't know what his stuff is, but like Yeah, to continue the facade. I will buy something. It doesn't need to be anything specific. I will spend to make it legitimate. I'll spend 50 of my own personal gold to as in like to invest into it.
All right. Definitely sells that. Yep.
Okay, mark that from my inventory. Okay. Then we can
Are
continue
you,
on to rubies.
Okay. Are you doing any mental chat while you're all like perusing and stuff or anything, or you just want to head on? Okay. Right. You know, very convincingly, you spend a good deal of money here to sell that you're a merchant, that you're here, you're stocking up, you're looking at different options, and head out and continue the rubies. Right. Where's my... So, you find Ruby's building. The building that has her address is almost like a community center. So it's a larger building. There's a lot of, well, it's during, you know, the prime side here, there's a lot of, you know, the weird citizens about, but you know that means in the gray space, there's a lot of people here doing their thing. Yeah, there is definitely a large waiting room with a person behind the counter. I won't make you role play it out because it's one of those weird interactions. You already get that. So, and they send you back to the office to meet Ruby. Down a couple hallways. It's like one of those big rec centers. You know, there's a number of hallways you find back to an office. And I'll get back to Battle to share that image, and I'll put her here as well in Discord. We step in the office to meet Ruby. Come in. Please pull up a seat. How can I help all of you folks today?
It is. Yeah.
Yep, that's.
It is a.
Cat got
We
your
do
tongue?
require. Well, it is. We hesitate because this is a rather sensitive information. We were hoping for a private audience.
One moment then, please. And wait, it kind of whips her hand, the door closes behind you, and you kind of see a little shimmer magic go around the walls. All right. Here we are. Pull up a seat. You can talk freely now.
So I'm just commenting because I saw the picture. I can hear the hip action of Ruby and the bear and in their pictures. It's just
That's amazing.
popping.
It's just the tight leather pants for me. Like,
Look, I worked really hard on these to deliver whatever.
Incredible. I think I also really like each of them have their own variation of like the vampire like trench coat.
Yeah.
And it's given.
Nice. So, it's just us?
So we've just come from Baron Sutcliffe and Base Trust. We are hoping to gain an audience with Lilith, and he inquired upon us that in order to help facilitate that, he wanted us to investigate into Wilmark, security, because he believes that his machinations of bending the rules and his predilection toward not having enough in his lot, that he might upset the balance that you all have worked so hard to achieve in Moonvale.
That man is shady. I don't know if you've met him yet. Hopefully you won't have to.
Oh, he granted us the audience.
Oh, what a privilege. Yep. Ah, okay. Well, good. I am 100% behind this. What do you need from me? What can I do?
I guess some information on his abode. this is a rather delicate situation, and to intrude upon a place where a man as paranoid as him is his would be seen as a safe place would be a difficult task, and we wanted all the information that we could before we set out on this task. And Baron Sutcliffe said that you had many connections with some of his serving staff, and, well, everyone knows the servants here and see everything.
Yep, you know it. I feel like I'm getting the feeling that you have some personal insight into that, maybe.
I'm good with people.
Well, I am so relieved to hear that Baron's finally doing something. Really glad that you're all here. Yeah, I've been stockpiling notes on this for a while. You know, I'm here in the city, and you see, you're like, you get the feeling that they can't share this information. Like, if you know what I mean, like they don't know that you already know the duality of the city and stuff. My role here, is to help people in the community. There's a lot of, you know, there can be a lot of turmoil in any town, city, community, and I try and help people out as best I can. With you know, emotions, behaviors, changes. There's a lot of changes that happen here in the city. Trying to meet people where they are and such. So, yes, I definitely have a lot of connections. I've been stockpiling information on this, and I'm so relieved because I've got to tell you, I've noticed several behavioral changes with Wilmark there over past few decades, maybe 5 or 6 decades. Definitely all some really scary signs of instability and some other issues there. So yeah, well, let's do this. And pulls through, like opens up a drawer and pulls out some stuff and lays out what looks like a not quite a blueprint, but a map. This is his manor. It'll look a little smaller from the outside, but once you're in, it's going to be this layout. Now there is a service entrance in the backyard. It looks more like just a little singular shed, but it has a trapdoor in the back, and that leads down to a few tunnelways that enter the house at different points. I think enter whatever way you like, but I think that'd be the safest way. It's right near the rear fence. You don't have to be, you know, it's dark back there. There's tree coverage, so I don't think you'd be seen sneaking in that way. And I don't know if Rex already mentioned this, but Wilmark doesn't like having anyone in the estate while he's away in his nightly duties, so that's really your best time to get in there. I would say enter after midnight, but leave before 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is the earliest that he typically gets back. Midnight is the latest that he'll leave. So midnight to 5 a.m. is your best bet. It's my understanding that there is some level of a security system set at night when he's away. You know, head of security, he's neurotic and stuff, but the details aren't clear as the servants don't really know. But it probably includes some traps and things like that. I would say just be extra cautious. Keep your eyes peeled for things like that. And if you trigger any, just make sure you hurry your search along, just in case it alerts him. I don't know, but you know, he's pretty neurotic with that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think that kind of covers everything. I know hopefully some of this is helpful.
Very.
I
because we're going into a full heist espionage, while I love Ruby, Do I feel she is on the up and up? Like, giving us this information as she is? Like, is there an ulterior motive that she might have?
Ah, gotcha. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay.
Big money, no whammies.
So it's a 4, which for me is a 3.
Yeah, seems to be on the up and up.
I
Can I
trust her
try?
implicitly.
Nice.
Can I try
Yeah,
one
go
more
ahead.
time?
Go,
Okay,
go
we'll
right ahead.
No. Here, I'm gonna use my inspo.
Okay.
14.
14. Yeah, same thing. You get she's a highly empathetic person. You can tell already just from like the way she talks about people and connecting and sort of like, you know, even just in the mannerisms and like gestures of approaching all of you, feels very relative comfort in just sharing or talking with her. So yeah, everything feels on the up and up. Especially with her, like, yeah, listen, I've been watching this guy's behavior for the past century and a half and the last like 5 decades. There's some shit spiraling here. Like, please do something about this. You can feel there's a sense of frustration that their hands are tied with this sort of thing.
Thank you so much for this information, Ruby. This is going to inform the decisions that we make thoroughly.
Good. I don't know about any particular areas to search, but I know he's got a couple of offices. There is a basement, and I believe an attic. I don't know. You know, he's fairly neurotic. I wouldn't expect it to be in any typical places you might find such things. And I'm sure wherever he's storing any of this information, it's trapped. So be extra cautious. Or whatever security he has.
Good to know.
Does he ever travel without his bodyguards?
Travel? No. The only time he's without them is when is at night, is when he's in his estate, which is usually at night. During the day, he's out in the streets. There's a big portion of night, you know, midnight to 5, where he leaves to perform some of his other administrative duties. And around that, maybe 10 to midnight, it might be just him. Sometimes 5 or 6, 5 to 6, 5 to 7, maybe just him. But no, otherwise, always with those guards. I've seen him leave the city without them. But otherwise, no. Not here in Moonville. I really can't tell you how relieved I am. Is there anything I can do to support you in this? I don't have much. Yes. And you see, she's like, for living people, is there is what she's saying? Like, you know what? You know what I might have, and kind of reaches through, like, does some serious rummaging through a few drawers. Here, and takes out a little crate that looks like it was maybe gifted to her at some point. It's a box, you know, about yay wide and this tall, and she opens up the top, just kind of on like little hinges, opens up, and inside is all that like straw or little strips of wood shavings. They're all curled up, and there are 4 bottles inside, each with a red liquid inside.
Oh no, this feels like right before you go into a boss room.
Yeah. Healing potions? I'm probably never going to use them, and as she looks, you see like the red glint of vampire in her eyes. So, please, they're yours if they'll help.
Perfect.
Mhm.
She just has her hands out so she could put it
Nice.
straight into the bag of holding. Like, she's not gonna say no to
No,
potions.
right?
Awesome.
Are they standard? Are they greater?
They are
like, what
greater healing
level?
potions.
Fuck yeah, that's what I
Mhm.
was asking. Okay, so
Yeah.
4
4 of them. Yep.
greater healing potions. Like, she's trying to be nice about it, but like, fuck yeah, she needs that in the bag of holding.
Nice. Wonderful.
I
If
can't
it's-
think of anything else, Ruby. And while,
Alright.
for the sake of plausible deniability, I think
Mm.
we'll take our leave.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Well, best of luck. Please, I mean, I guess I'll find out one way or another. Hopefully we'll just you'll be able to find something and just kind of put an end to this the uncertainty around this. It's toxic. Thank you. Thank you all. Swings the door, opens up. Look.
Ooh.
Where are you all headed from here?
I think Feora would like immediately go up next to Ladra and be like, "Hand me one of those potions."
Mm.
Do we need one? Because they're really safe in the bag.
Feora is the fastest one among us. I think she should
That's
definitely
fair.
have
One.
greater healing potion.
One.
I just want one.
One. she hands over. One greater healing.
Okay.
I think-
You're
Mark yours down to
welcome.
3, Ladrin, and Feora, make sure you add
Already
one.
done it.
Okay, nice.
I would like to meander a bit so that we're not directly going straight back to our tavern. Again, just playing it up since who knows she was
Mm.
watching.
Mm-hmm.
But in the dragon chat, it's like, so we have all this information. Do we want to take a day or two to perhaps, I don't know, how Feora, especially you can disappear out of sight so easily. Scout out the manor or anything else like that. We take some time to study the map, and go as we may. And then after that, tell us, the Baron, that we accept his mission, and then go on with their preceded ideas about infiltrating his manor in the middle of the night.
Sure.
And are we going to plan on going to the manor earlier to try and catch him alone, or stay later?
I think in the I think we should try to go to the manor after he's already left. That way we have the freedom of the midnight to 5 a.m. time to explore and search as we need to, and then we have as a backup plan to accommodate for if he comes back early or anything else like that. Because Lade did mention that he recognized both you and Tuna.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, I don't know if we should wait too long.
You think sooner the better.
I think so. If he recognized Feora and I, then he's going to be watching us very closely. Then again, he's going to be watching us closely if we go a day without doing anything suspicious.
We could spend a day. I mean, I have enough personal funds to continue the route, because I know you and Ladrin need to in case you need to focus on what spells you have for the day.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm good to go today, really, with what I prepared this morning, but I can't speak for Ladrin. And also, again, it's the whole, is it going to be worse for us because he recognized us to go now, or will it be worse to go later because it'll give him more time to realize who we are?
I think it's a risk either way. As paranoid as both Ruby and the Baron have said, giving more time to someone with paranoia is always worse. They can prepare more. They can move what they need to. So,
Feora, how good are you at forgery?
Stellar, why?
His benefactor always sent him letters with a specific way of silver writing. Could we forge one of these letters and call him away from the city, giving us however much time we need?
We can try it.
I would have to know what it looks like.
I wasn't given a specific description is the only problem, just...
I could always utilize some disguises. You don't even have to do anything major, just slight facial changes. It might trip them up.
Yeah. Either way, I think I'm overthinking this. I think I'm just very nervous and I'm overthinking this.
I will plug in quickly that breaking down the Friday campaign's tieflings in this world, because it's drawing from other worlds that had demons, like this world doesn't. There's probably like 10 tieflings in total per continent. It's like 100 across the world. That, like, the rarity is extreme here in this world.
Yeah,
just so you know.
He knows me.
fair.
Like, there is nothing I can do with facial structure. I've also got a broken horn, and like, I'm hot pink, guys.
Lots of things for the sketch artist to track.
Basically. I can't get
Well,
away
for one
with
thing, they've got like this tail and these two horns,
Mhm.
and shock white hair and hot pink skin. Like it's
It's crazy.
you know
one
when
and
you
a half
see 'em.
horns, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ladrin, would you be prepared to move tonight if that were the plan?
I think so.
Okay.
I have my disguise already. I haven't taken it off, and the only time she's taken it off is when they're in the room.
So that is an option. We could go tonight. In the risk of just going immediately but still gives us the benefit of moving at an enhanced pace, would not give him time to plan or prep anything. And then, of course, the benefit of waiting a day, we can utilize Feora's ability to disguise to allow her to move about town unnoticed while, continuing on. I can buy as many things to make us look legitimate. And
I'm sorry. I do just want to say that I don't know that I could walk around unnoticed because we are a small group of travelers that
right. We are alive, and the entire town is undead. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No amount of disguising, I think, would help at this point. He's already seen us.
Okay. Then it sounds like everything has a limit of risk, but going tonight might be our best plan. He has limited time to prepare.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
I'm ready to go tonight. Poppy speaks up.
Precious angel.
We need to take them down.
Damn, Poppy needs business.
Have a bad man.
She's badass.
Ready to throw down.
Baddest 10-year-old you'll ever meet.
It's late afternoon. You want to go back to your room for the time being, or do you have anywhere else in mind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any objections, anyone?
I'm alright with it.
If you wanted to keep up shopping appearances, I can come with you.
Amazing. Ugh. Let's go.
Nice.
Adrian and I can let the Baron know that we've accepted the deal.
Yes.
Great. Well, mind link if anything goes wrong. Stay with your buddy.
No wandering and no
That
touching.
No wondering and no touching.
What could possibly go wrong splitting the
Listen.
party right now?
Listen, we've sent a responsible person with a non-responsible person.
Yeah, that's the
We're
true
great.
buddy system.
Who knows which is
Well,
which with
mine,
Ladron?
I don't think any of us know who's the responsible and not responsible in your pairings.
Nice.
Like to keep you on your toes.
Awesome. All right. Well, you split off in your different directions. Oh, you know what I need to mention? Let's see. With everyone's, I mean, perception. The DC is super low for this. I meant this is one of the first perception check there, and I know someone got really low, but this is really low DC.
It was probably me.
Nice. Well, when you were speaking with Wilmark Renhold, surrounded by guards and stuff, you noticed that wasn't in the picture, but it was in your experience. Wilmark wielded some weapons that none of you have ever seen before. For the players behind the characters are described so you know what you saw. On one hip, a pistol. In two separate sleeves on his back, sort of like both over one arm. One a rifle, and the other like a blunderbuss, like a hardcore, a shotgun kind of thing.
Fucking sharpshooting vampire. Sick.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. So,
Why is this man carrying around tubes?
nice. This is so bizarre. So you continue to keep up the charade very well with the shopping and everything else. You know, I'm only gonna touch base with you, Dia, on some stuff with that.
Okay.
And Tuna and Ladrin, I think it was, we're going to report to Rexlin. You all do that. I'm just, story beat wise, have you all like finish your things, kind of prepare for the evening by, I imagine, returning to, the room after those things are settled. You open
this is
door-
perfect.
Huh?
Because I was going to say, I can have Gil make an illusion of us be in the room in case he's watching us.
Nice. Oh, I like that. You're like heading up the stairs, mental link talking like, ooh, we can do this. Yeah. And Gil can do that. Oh, that's so cool.
Mm.
You open the door and you see that the room, it has been overturned, but it's been disheveled. And on the dresser, a piece of parchment with a dagger stuck through it. Something's written on it.
Well, he's dramatic.
What's on the? Yeah.
I want to pocket the dagger, but I'll read the note.
Hey, you pull the dagger out. The note says, I do hope you'll find your goods in an expedited manner. Be sure to mind your business here. I'm not one to explode, but I'll be very upset if you step out of line. And I think that's where we'll end tonight's session.
No.
Ooh,
How is it
outrageous.
overtime? What the hell?
Sorry. Yeah.
Our
Uh,
goods.
Oh my god.
You're
When
like
did
breaks the
y'all
legs off
leave?
another chair. Immediately.
More steaks. Yeah. I love that so much. Oh,
There's
So
not enough hours in the
dramatic.
world.
right?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, players are all so amazing. Thank you so much for bringing this. absolutely incredible game to life in the way you do. This has been so much fun every session, and tonight in particular has been such a blast with you all. Thank you. Let's see. Well, for anyone that's new, you've been watching Sundered Fate. We stream every Tuesday night, 9 to midnight Eastern Time. And it's like a high drama campaign, as you can tell. Also, a lot of attractive people in leather. But outside of that, high drama. Yeah, if you had fun, consider giving us a follow. You could be alerted when we go live with Sundered Fate here and our other D&D campaigns we've got going on. Otherwise, I hope to catch you next Tuesday and see where this is gonna go. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and we'll catch you all soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.